Alright, where were we? The universe don't want me talking about that, I guess. But, yeah, I quickly realized there was a kind of deeper, darker agenda to this thing with cats, and brainwashing people to think they needed to be exterminated. Um, right after Australia eradicated millions of cats with these poison sausages, they had a devastating mouse plague. Um, their crops were decimated, their homes were just trash. They couldn't even put on their shoes without mice being in them, in their beds and their clothes, like running up their legs. I mean, it was pretty horrific. And the powers that be convinced people it had nothing to do with killing all those cats. Um, yeah, then it came over here to the US, and I was kind of nervous about making my group because I knew there was an agenda that had been at play for 13 years, trying to get people to, want these cats to be killed. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew there was something. And I wasn't really worried about me, but my kids and my family. And but I decided to do it anyways because of the eternal recurrence epiphany I had, and then working on not having fear. And then on Christmas Day, a bunch of these people descended on my group and my members who aren't easily brainwashed. And yeah, they came hard. I mean, they were calling us stupid, saying we didn't care about the planet. There's not going to be anything left when my kids grow up, and how could I be like this? And I'm like, cats are not destroying the world. I mean, look around. Where? How? It's just, it's crazy that it came down to that. I was getting messages from like people who worked in labs saying, will you just stop saying what you're saying, stop doing what you're doing, will you just do what needs to be done? And I'm like, this don't need to be done. Like, it had something to do with like another pandemic, I think, and kind of got interrupted by a bunch of very brave people that were in my group. And yeah, so that was like the second part of my journey. Is I started wondering what else have people been brainwashed about, and what's being hidden from us. And I mean, I just knew there was so much more to be discovered. And what really got crazy was after the new year. I decided to like start searching into the state of the world and how people think a lot deeper. And yeah, what I found is very shocking. It's also really exciting and beautiful potential futures that we have, and it's up to us to decide what we want the future to be like. Now, around that time, my sister got arrested for her Facebook post. She was talking about child trafficking and stuff like that on her Facebook. And she was calling out people for stuff, and they basically just wanted to shut her up. And I was really the only one there for her anymore at that point. She burned every other bridge. I didn't know what I know now, or I wouldn't have been there either. But yeah, she actually ended up getting out, and she didn't have anywhere to go, so she came to my house. And during that time, I was like really diving into my spirituality and finding out the truth, finding out what else people have been brainwashed about. and she had said some things in the past that I saw actually happen. I'm like, how is that possible? You know, I was just a bunch of question marks at this time, but I was figuring it out as I went, and she planted a couple of seeds in my head. Well, I was still in a relationship at this time. I've been with my ex almost 9 years. We had 2 kids together, and I thought we were soulmates. And she said, no, that's not the case. And she told me that my soulmate was the celebrity, and I'm like, I don't even like that person. You're wrong. Like, why would you say this to me? And she told me about her soulmate, like someone that's a public figure. And well, she ended up talking a bunch of crap again on her Facebook. So even though we're 4 hours away from where she was jailed, local police came and got her after she was here 3 days and arrested her right off my couch, took her back downstate to jail. And at this time, I started looking into the 2 people she, you know, had mentioned to me. And I was still, you know, figuring out about quantum physics and reading into like philosophy and the Bible. I was kind of just voracious for knowledge at this point because I felt so confused about everything. And I'm gonna end it there because I don't want to get in the next part right now. It was something else though, that's for sure.